Hi, my dear students. Today we are going to discussing about agriculture sector in India. So I am going to share some PPTs. So agriculture sector in India. Myself, Dr. D. Narendra, Assistant Professor of Economics, MG College, Nalgonda. So now we are going to some introduction and background on Indian agriculture. Introduction and background on Indian agriculture. India's population is 1.21 billion in 2011 and now also 1.3 billion above now, and 67% are rural people, majority are in agriculture. And importance of agriculture in Indian economy, although it contributes only 15% of GDP, share of workers is about 55%. So in our agriculture system, %15 of GDP contribution to our economy, and the share of workers about 55%. And marginal and small farmers dominate in agriculture. So major crops are rice, wheat, maize, coarse cereals, groundnut, cotton, sugarcane, fruits and vegetables. And 65% cultivated area is refined. Cultivated area is rain-fed. And as only 40% of the area is under irrigation. So in our total cultivated area in India, 40% of area is under irrigation. 60% of the area, cultivated area, is rain-fed. Rain-fed means it depends upon rainfall. That means rainfall. And the rural poverty is 41% in 2004-5, and it is increasing now. And agriculture is a state subject. In other words, the policies of provinces are also important. So some major government initiatives in India's agriculture sector: farm to fork, that is called farm to fork. That means seeding, growing and harvesting, storage and marketing, and some other aspects: organic farming, soil health cards, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sanchay, and cold storage and food processing, ENAM, Pradhan Mantri, Bima Yojana, and executive summer of the agriculture. second largest agriculture land at 157.35 million hectares. India holds the second largest agriculture land in the world after America, almost 153.35 million hectares, and favorable climatic conditions with 20 agri-climate regions. All 50 major climates in the world exist in India. The country also possesses 46 of the 60 soil types in the world. So in India, almost all 20 agri-climatic regions and all 15 major climates in the world existing in India. And the country also possesses 46 of the 60 soil types in the world. Total world 60 soil types, so in India 46 types. And record production of goods. Five-year plan 2015. Total food grain production in India was recorded at 252.8 million tons, which increased to 253.16 million tons in financial year 2016. And largest producer of major agriculture and horticulture crops. So this is also one of the most important aspects in our agriculture system. India is the largest producer of spices, pulses, milk, tea, cashew, and jute. India is the largest producer of spices, pulses, milk, tea, cashews, and jute. And the second largest producer of wheat, rice, fruits and vegetables, sugarcane, cotton and oil seeds, and increasing farm mechanization. India is one of the largest manufacturers of farm equipment such as tractors, harvesters, and tillers. And India accounts for nearly 1/3 of the overall tractor production. Globally, with the tractor production in the country estimated to increase from 0.57 million units in financial year 2016 and reach to 16 million units by 2030. So mechanization of agriculture improved more rapidly in our India. This is the example of farm equipment such as tractors and harvesters and tillers. So tractor production rapidly increasing in our India. An advantage in India. Food grains production in 2016, 253 million tons, and 2020-21 food grains production is 280.6 million tons, So, robust demand. A large population is the key driver of demand for agricultural products. Rising urban and rural incomes have also aided demand growth. External demand has also been growing, especially from key markets like the Middle East, and attractive opportunities. Increasing demand for agricultural inputs such as hybrid seeds and fertilizers, promising opportunities in storage facilities, potential storage capacity, expansion of 35 million tons under the 12th five-year plan, and competitive advantages, high production of agriculture land, leading producer of spices, jute, pulses, second largest producer of wheat, paddy, fruits and vegetables, and policy support. Schemes like Paramparagati, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana (PKVY) helps in developing organic clusters and make available chemical-free inputs of farmers. Other steps including Pradhan Mantri Gram Sinchay Yojana that ensures improved access to irrigation, creation of an unified national agricultural market, which would help boost the incomes of farmers. 100% FDI under automatic route for development of seeds. So, evolution of agriculture from 1950s to 2000 onwards. So, in 1950s, stagnation in agriculture, low growth in crop and grain production, grain production of 59.2 million tons in 52-53 with a yield of 579.8 kg per hectare. And 1960 to 80, pioneering work of agricultural scientists and efforts of farmers led to green revolution. This is the major change in our agriculture system, green revolution. And high yielding variety of seeds, increased use of fertilizers and irrigation resulted in significant spike in production and attained food security and reduced import of food grains. This is the green revolution stage from 1960 to 80, and 1980 to 2000, expanding cereal production, economic reforms introduced, greater encouragement to exports, surplus of production of agricultural commodities for our domestic demand. India emerges as a net exporter of agricultural products, increase in production and strong income growth. and 2000 onwards, 50% increase in seed subsidy, additional financial assistance for horticulture crops, schemes like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana that accords high priority to water security, and creation of price stabilization fund by the Department of Agriculture and Cooperation as a price control measure to dampen the impact on consumers. Allocation of $80 million for the development of micro irrigation. Watershed and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. The Indian Agricultural Services and Agricultural Missions have cumulatively attracted $278.30 million from April 2000 to March 2016. And key states in agriculture, some key states are plays most prominent role for agricultural production in India. So, the key states, Punjab and Haryana were the key states of Green Revolution. Punjab is one of the largest producer of food grains, and Gujarat also largest producer of cotton, and Maharashtra also largest producer of jowar, tobacco, and safflower, and Karnataka the largest producer of sunflower seed, maize, ragi, coffee, and cardamom. And Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer of wheat. Assam is the largest producer of tea. West Bengal is the largest producer of rice. Madhya Pradesh is the largest producer of soya bean, pulses, and linseed. And growth drivers. And income growth, increasing exports, favorable demographics, and growing institutional credit, minimum supply price, increase of new schemes like Parampaраಗತ Krishi Vikas Yojana, and Pradhan Mantri Gram Sinchai Yojana, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, and opening up of exports of wheat and rice. Hybrid and genetically modified seeds, mechanization, irrigation facilities, Green Revolution in Eastern India, supply side drivers, growth drivers, policy support. Scheme by government. Some important schemes implemented by the government of India. Atma, Agricultural Technology Management Agency. SFAC, Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium. And Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, PMKSY, PKVY, Parampaраಗತ Krishi Vikas Yojana. India's GDP from agriculture. So GDP from agriculture in India decreased to 3095.38 billions in the third quarter of 2016 from 374390 billions in the second quarter of 2016. And GDP from agriculture in India averaged 38,990.2 billion from 2011 until 2016, reaching an all-time high of 5217.45 billion in the fourth quarter of 2013 and a record low of 2715.05 billions in the third quarter of 2011. New innovative agriculture business ideas in 2017, that is innovative agricultural strategies, which is the new strategies of innovative agriculture in India: rice cultivation, vegetable farming, groundnut cultivation, fruits plantation, mushroom farming, herbs and flower farming, pig farming, and air fresheners and perfumes. So Indian agriculture sector, uh, some important steps taken by the government. These are the some important steps taken by the government of India. That is crop insurance policy, easy availability of capital or investment, input, easy availability of capital or investment input. Introducing the MSP policy. MSP means minimum support price. MSP. It is called MSP, minimum support price. And subsidy in using capital intensive technology. Land reforms, institutional credit increase. PDS means public distribution system. And the TPDS, targeted public distribution system. These are the steps taken by our government. Food processing has potential to turn around whole economy. Indian economy is still agrarian. This is important. Indian economy is still agrarian because 55% of population is directly dependent upon agriculture. FPI also, foreign promotional investors. FPI means foreign promotional investors also directly targets farm sector as it attempts to create more types of products out of single crop. This will increase demand for farmers and hence more remunerative policies. And India's demographic dividend is much talked about, and most of this lies in rural India. Indian youth is turning away from agriculture because of low profitability. Foreign FPI. That means FPI means foreign promotional investors. Is perhaps best bet to size opportunity of demographic dividend. It can give us a genre of progressive rural enterprises. Prosperous countryside will have multiplier positive impact on socio-economic and political problems. In short, FPI can narrow gap between rural and urban India. So improving the agriculture sector, agriculture education, provide adequate diesel, electricity and water at subsidized rates, and encourage crop rotation, multi-crop farming, encourage cooperative farming, relaxed credit terms. This is the picture our Indian farmer are saying. So major challenges faced by Indian agriculture. So if we look at the challenges faced by Indian agriculture, we can broadly group them into two categories. One category belongs to the problems that have been long-standing. Second category problems is new and has been emerging from the prevailing agricultural practices, system changing, climate, and the economy. Let us discuss the major challenges in detail. Stagnation in production of major crops. Production of some of the major staple food crops like rice and wheat has been stagnating for quite some time. This is a situation which is worrying our agriculture scientists, planners and policy makers. If this trend continues, there would be a huge gap between the demand of ever-growing population and production. High cost of farm inputs. Over the years, rates of farm inputs have increased manifold. Farm inputs include fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, HIV seeds, farm labor cost, etc. Such an increase puts low and medium landholding farmers at advantage. Soil exhaustion. On one hand, green revolution has played a positive role in reducing one hand, green revolution has played a positive role in reducing hunger from India. On the other hand, it has also led to negative consequences. Depletion of fresh groundwater. The second major negative consequence of green revolution is depletion of fresh groundwater. So impact of globalization. You can see the effect of globalization on the farm sector in India. All developing countries have been affected by it. The most evident effect is on farmers' income and threat to the viability of cultivation in India. This is the picture of indoor cultivation. The opportunities to agriculture. Opportunities to agriculture sector in India. Agri machinery. India is the largest manufacturer of tractors in the world. Power tillers and gaining popularity, especially for lowland, flooded rice fields and hilly terrains. Manually operated tools, animal operated machines, mechanical or electrical operated machinery are some examples which are slowly increasing. Just keeping pricing in mind. And cold chain sector. India being an agriculture based economy, wastage is a concern. So the government with the help of US technology is developing cold chain sector. There lies in opportunity for those looking to invest in the sector which includes storage and production techniques. Opportunities to agriculture sector in India. Food processing sector. India has an abundant supply of food, but only a small portion of these foods in processing. So nevertheless, this industry is still one of the highest in the country. Advanced methods of food processing are still going to be introduced in this country. Though some top global players such as Nestle and PepsiCo have presence in India, there is still huge potential in the food packaging industry. Poultry sector, there is a high demand for poultry and this was a great target for due to their increasing income rates. This sector prides itself in being one of eggs and poultry meat. Innovation and advancement by foreign companies can further boost worker production and raise industry standards. So, this is the um, huge analysis of agriculture sector in our India, and this is also nature of agriculture sector in India from 1952 till 2020. So I conclude these topics, my dear students. Thank you.